Good morning. Namaste. Very welcome to day 2 of our 7 at 7. And don't worry if you're not doing this at 7, anytime is good for yoga. And today our theme is prana. So cannot wait to get started. We're going to start with some pranayama, which comes from that idea of prana, life force energy. And pranayama is what we talk about in yoga, is these beautiful breathing techniques. But it's really about moving our life force energy. So get settled, get started, find somewhere that you can sit. If you are sitting on the mat, on the floor, and maybe have something in under your bum just to give you a little bit of support in under the hips. And it's perfectly beautiful to sit on the side of your bed or your chair if it's comfortable and you can sit upright for the first part of this practice. So sitting on the floor is not, it's just going to be a hassle for you. You're not alone. Lots of people find it really difficult. Come and sit somewhere that's comfortable for the first few moments of this practice. And let's get started. I can't wait. All right, now that you have found yourself a lovely spot to sit and you're nice and tall, take a moment to either close your eyes or to just have a soft gaze down in front. Before we begin any particular technique, just checking in with the body. How are you feeling today? And then we're going to start to notice the feet and the legs and the hips, the back body, the back of the hips, the middle back, the upper back, space between the shoulders, right arm, left arm, the neck, any tightness in the shoulders, anywhere holding, just noticing, no judgment, noticing the head, busy thoughts or maybe sleepy this morning, and then noticing the face. And then as we move down the front body, see if you can become aware of the breath. Maybe you feel a movement in the throat, in the chest. Maybe you feel the rib cage move. Maybe you feel the belly move, like our lovely belly breath from yesterday. And I'm going to invite you to just, for a moment, watch that natural breath. Feel it come and go. Know that it's always there, and without you having to think about it, your breath is breathing you. And then we're going to sort of jump in, like skipping, jump in and see if we can slow down our next breath so that the exhale becomes slower and that the inhale becomes deeper. And as you do, that might just be a tiny bit. And we're going to go subtle and soft rather than, taking charge and becoming very, very strong. Let's see if we can work with ease like yesterday. Soft, slowing off the exhale. And then this lovely, bigger breath in. And if you're used to yoga, maybe you already do, ujjayi breaths or big complete breaths, you can work towards that. But if this is new to you, as you inhale the next time, just sending the breath down to the belly. And as you exhale, again, that just releasing it out and down. And then on the next breath, let's breathe to the belly and the ribs. And then breathing out and down. And then belly, ribs and chest. And lovely release. Super. I'm going to keep going with long breaths, but you can blink open the eyes. Midges are eating me this morning. Where they all came from. We're going to stretch our shoulders up to our ears, give it a little squeeze, and then exhale, release them down. Inhale, squeezing the shoulders to the ears, and exhale, releasing them down. And then one more gentle squeeze up, and soft, slow release down. Okay, so from here, hopefully the shoulders feeling nice and relaxed. Hopefully you're not getting eaten by midges, and you're happy in your nice space. We're going to take the hands and bring them together at the heart. Use the breath out to squeeze the hands towards each other a little, and the breath in to stretch them up and open them. That's it. And we'll just do 2 more like that. Inhale, opening, and exhale, release, and inhale, opening, and exhale, release. Gorgeous. And then from there, bringing the hands together at the heart and stretching them out in front of, though you're like going to do swimming. But then we're opening them out and just going to start to move through the hands. If you've been sitting and you're not comfortable, change how you sit. Make sure your back is nice and long. Resist the urge to let the shoulders come forward, soft shoulders. And feel the movement in each of the joints. This is called Palmuktasana. It's called also the anti-arthritic joint releasing sequence. It's very profound. Breathe into our fingers. From here, we're going to start to move into our hands and our wrists, creating circles, and then changing the direction and going the other way. Lovely. From here, we open out the hands towards the sky, and we're going to bring them out to the sides. All right, and then trying to keep softness in the shoulders. If it's hard to have them out all the way to the side, you can have them a little bit in front. There's no prizes for the angle. And then we're just going to bend the elbows, so like closing our petals and opening. And just letting our working into the elbows a little bit, but also nice for the shoulders. As we inhale, we create that space. As we exhale, we just draw ourselves inwards. Very nice. And the next time that the fingers come back inwards, let the fingers come to rest gently on the shoulders. Give your shoulders a little rub, maybe do a little roll there with the shoulders. I don't know how good this mic is. There's a dog barking at me. Little cutie. And checking the other direction with the shoulders. So nice. That's it. Nice. And so from here, let's bring the hands all the way out to create this like cactus arms. We're just going to turn one way and then turn the other way. And then back to the center, bringing the hands together. And as I said in the email that goes with this series, like everybody here is different, practicing every day is different. Go with what feels right for you. Anything I'm doing that you don't feel works for you, that's okay. You leave it out or just do something slightly different. But we're going to move from here now onto all fours. So I'm going to scoot back to my mat. You need to take a moment or two to get yourself settled. That's okay. And we're back into this lovely tabletop pose. So again, that little reminder to spread the fingers like a tree frog. Try to get the weight out of the wrists. Knees are hip width apart and the toes pointing out behind. Check that your spine is long. And then see if you can find a nice long deep breath in and a nice long slow breath out here. From here, we're going to move into our cat-cow. So the next time you breathe in, lengthen in the front body. And as you exhale, curling the spine and sending the big arch up through the spine. So move with your breath. You can go slower or faster than me. Anybody with pain on the wrists, you can bring the elbows down, so forearms instead. Or you can make fists of your hands. And when you've done a couple of rounds of this beautiful cat-cow, then we're going to move back into our hare pose again. So option to leave the feet and knees where they are and to just sink the hips back. Or if you prefer, you can open the knees out wider, giving yourself a bit more space in the belly. And you can have the forehead resting on the mat if it's really close to the mat, but better to keep the spine long than to kind of struggle to get that. And mine is just between my arms. Know that this is the pose that you can come back to if the other poses get challenging or your just body wants to resettle. And then when you're ready, take a breath in and let's come all the way back up into all fours. We're going to curl our toes in underneath now and lift our knees and scoot back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out here. And then on your next breath out, drop the knees slowly down to the mat again into all fours. And so from here, we're going to slide our right foot back. The toes are on the mat and our left foot out in front into this crouching tiger. Use the breath as we exhale, bringing that hand down and that knee down and swapping over. Curl the toes on the left, scoot it back, right hand out in front. And then switch it over. Try to keep your spine really long and your breath really long. Right heel goes back, this time maybe lifts. And the left heel and the left hand up. And then swap. Very nice. Gorgeous. Now you have the option to continue with that with your breath. Yeah. To hold that and stay with that. That's quite dynamic if you wanted to hold it. Or to move up into downward dog. And if we're up in downward dog, we're going to stretch up into three-legged dog, one leg. Stretching out behind and then swapping over and doing the same thing with the other leg. Okay, whatever you're doing, we're just here for 3 more breaths. And then evening it out. Super. And then from here, we're going to make our way into our lunge. So again, we can go from knees down, stepping forward, or from downward dog, stepping forward. But we're taking the right foot up the mat into this beautiful lunge. This time today, finding our stable base, spreading the toes, pushing back through that top of that back foot. Let's see if we can come up into an extended lunge, stretching both arms up and then releasing both arms down again. We're going to move back through that. So option to curl the toes and lift off into plank and step back, or to come back in through table. If you need to come into here for a break and skip around, you can. If you're happy keeping going, we're downward dog or table. Stepping forward with the left leg this time. Right knee comes down. Find that solid base and inhale. Stretch to the stars. Yay! Exhale. Fold the hands down. Okay, let's repeat that. So stepping back into our table or downward dog. Stepping forward with the right foot. Stretching up to the sky. Both hands down. If I'm going too fast for you, just take your time. And the same thing now on the other side. So either from downward dog or table. And we're stepping forward with the left leg. Right knee down and stretching up to the sky. Very nice. Now instead of going down this time, we're going to step forward. So you might need to scooch that foot back a little in the front if your knee's a bit funny. And we're going to step forward into a forward fold. So bend the knees a lot that you can have the hands on the ground. Nice. And then from here, a little bit of fun. I'll just go this way so you can see me. We're going to walk our hands over to one side and then walk our hands over to the other side. And to come up, we're going to bend our knees a lot. So bend your knees a lot and then lengthen your spine. Think about sticking out your chest. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer position or onto your thighs. Push and lift all the way up into standing on your mat. And we're back in our mountain pose. Very good. And I just want to check the time. Yeah, we're doing okay. Tomorrow we're going to get even more frisky with this. But for today, we're going to come into a little chair flow sequence. So similar to yesterday, hands to the heart. We're in our mountain. Then we're bringing our hands to our heart in prayer position. Feet are hip width apart. Toes pointing out to the front. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. When you're ready, take a breath in. And as you exhale, sit down as though you're sitting into a chair. Inhale the arms out in front. Exhale the hands back to the heart. Inhale, push and stretch to the sky. Gorgeous. So we're exhaling, hands to the heart, sitting down. Inhaling, stretching the arms out in front. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Inhale, stretch and open. Yay! Do that one more time. Hands to the heart, sitting down into our chair. Inhale, open like you're going to hug your friend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, stretch to the sky. Gorgeous. Let the arms come all the way down to the sides. Give the hands a shake out. Shake out one hand on the arm. Shake out the other hand on the arm. But afraid what will happen to my mic. Give shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Your work it. Your booty. And your face. Very good. Now, bit of challenge before we finish up for today. Let the weight come into the left leg. Peel the heel of the right foot up. Yeah. And then we're going to lift it and balance on one leg. Very good. You might give the foot a little wiggle one way, a little wiggle the other, maybe even a little shake. You can always put your hand on the wall. It's not cheating. It's just helping your body out. But imagine you're kicking away any of the bad stuff that you just don't need. Very good. If you wobble and fall like to the side, just come back. You're ready. And then we're going to place that foot down. Lovely. Now for a moment, just pause. Notice the difference in the right and the left leg. Very good. And then we're going to swap. So let's hands on the hips again, helps with the balance. Little bounce and let the weight come into the right foot this time. And then lifting the left leg off. This could be different on this side. Yeah, super. Try to keep those hips level. And then from here, a little wiggle with the foot. A little wiggle the other way. A little shake, shake, shake. Very good. And then kicking away those troubles. I had to put that one down. Very good. And then placing both feet on the ground. Let's go a little wider. Take our big X. A nice hug. All the arms in. And stretch it all out. And the other arm on top. Nice hug in. And then stretch it all out. Gorgeous. Bringing the hands back together. Walking the feet back in. Making our way back down to the mat. So I'm going to come to the mat because I don't want to be wet on the grass. You come to the mat. And then let's just curl up into our little child's pose to finish. So our knees tucked in underneath. Just taking a moment. If this is not comfortable, just come to sit. It's fine. We can make fists with the hands, forehead to the fists. And then just breathing into the body. 3 lovely breaths to finish. When you get to the end of that 3rd big breath, just say a kind thing to yourself. Think about today. Today is going to be a great day. Use your hands to support you. Walk yourself back up. If you're down in your child's pose, if you're sitting, that's good too. Thank you so much for joining me again. Well done. We've made it. Day 2 in the bag. So tomorrow is day 3. I cannot wait. And your letter for today is P for prana. So E for yesterday and P today for prana. And I'll give you another letter tomorrow and we can see if we can, you can unscramble them to create this secret word. Woo! Lots and lots of yoga love on the beautiful lake here in Lochray.